And now to go ahead and create the suckers on the tentacles. So I'm going to go to my simple brush and I will switch. I'll clear my palette and I'm going to select the plane 3D, drag that out, go into edit mode, and I want to turn on the Polymesh 3D and increase my division levels up to approximately 1,000,000 in active points. So Control D several times. Okay, I'm not at 1,000,000. In fact, I think, let's see, let's try going one more time. So actually pushing it up to 4,000,000. This is just to make sure we get a really good quality design. So I'm going to switch over to my clay tubes. I have my alpha turned off. I want this as large as I can go. And I'll bring my focal shift back down so I have a good fall off. I'm just going to place my stylus down and just wiggle it a little bit. In fact, I want a little bit harder edge on that, so I'll bring that back down and do it again. Alright, so I'm creating my edge and I can just hit 1, which duplicates that action. So I have a nice height to the sucker. And I'm going to zoom in now because I want to actually carve down. I know for a fact I need to open my focal shift up to soften the line. Okay, so I am now adding to that interior. And I'll zoom out, make sure I'm happy with that. That actually looks really good. Maybe I'll give it just a little bit more depth. So now at this point, I'm pretty happy with the overall look. So I'm going to go to alpha and then down to grab dock, and that creates an alpha. So if I was to change over to my drag rectangle, and with that alpha, I'm now able to create as many of those octopus suckers that I want within my design. Alright, so we're pretty much finished with this, so we're going to go back into the book. And I will decrease my brush and start creating these. Now the first thing I notice is the detail level is not what I want it to be. I'm definitely not getting the kind of detail that I need. So I have to go to my geometry. I'm currently at a level 6, so I'll increase to a level 7. Plus I also have working on a layer. So now is the time to make that decision. Am I ready to bake? And I am. So I'll go to my layer and I'm going to bake all. So now on my subtool, this has now become one mesh, and you can see the level of detail I'm getting. That's not good enough. So I'm going to increase my division to a level 7. Let's increase our intensity setting. That's not bad. I want a bit more than that though. There we go. So I'll start to fill in. And I'm going to just place these at random and just have fun with it. Great. And we need to do the same for this one here. You can see there's a bit of a banding problem that I'm getting, so I'm going to Z back just for a moment and see if I can clean that area up a little bit. So let's try to just hit this, and that's not what I wanted to do. That's because there's not enough geometry in this section. That seems to have softened it a little bit. That might have resolved some of the issue. Let's see how it's working. It's still there, but it's not as bad. Okay. Fortunately, when we texture this, we'll be able to clarify that issue a little bit better. Awesome. Okay, that looks good. We have one tentacle on the bottom that needs the same treatment. Great. Now let's jump to the back side. Do it again. And so now we're finished. We have all of that detail added. The one thing that we don't have currently on the book is the barnacles. And for that, once again, we're going to jump over to a layer. We'll add those on with a layer.